Hey everyone, Dr. Shahana here. A question I get a lot is, what's part of your self-care routine, or how do you try to keep your mental health in check? And I think the better answer is reframing that question. Not to say how do you keep your mental health in check, but how do you approach your mental health? And recently, and actually quite often to be honest, I struggle with my mental health as somebody who has a specific type of OCD where it's pure obsessional OCD. These intrusive thoughts can really get me down. I tend to know my triggers. I tend to know what the thoughts are about, but nevertheless, those thoughts come back, make me feel anxious as if I'm going to go back to that place. I think a lot of us can relate to this. It doesn't have to be OCD, anxiety, or even depression. But when you get that glimmer or shade of going back to a place where you really don't want to go back to, it can set a lot of fear inside of us. And it's that prototypical, I'm anxious about being anxious. And something that gets me through that time is realizing that I can never go back to that place because I'm not the same person I was 6 months ago, a year ago, or 8 years ago when things really started to unravel for me. Realizing that all these little micro steps of progression that I hope and believe I've made help bolster me when perhaps my mental health isn't as good. So really reminding myself that truly I can never go back to that same place because I am not the same person I was. And giving myself credit for the progress I've made doesn't mean there's not going to be new challenges. There certainly are. But don't fear going back to the same place because you're probably a lot stronger of a person than you were before.